So maybe let me guide you through a brief meditation, kind of a visualization as well, which expresses the basic process of spiritual awakening. So if you'd just like to close your eyes for a moment. This is actually an exercise which I initially came from my teacher, Russell Williams. I went to see Russell for about 20 years quite regularly, and a lot of his teachings kind of seeped into me. When I read my poems, I think, oh, that's one of Russell's ideas. But obviously I didn't steal them consciously, they just kind of seeped into me and became my own, it became my own perspective. So this is a meditation or a metaphor which Russell originally developed. So I'd like you to create an image in your mind of the surface of the sea. I want you to see an image of the ocean with the waves, a turbulent ocean with the waves swelling and heaving and crashing. You can also hear the loud roar of the waves. There's so much foam from the crashing and swelling of the waves. The constant motion of the water, the turbulence of the waves. Just watch that image for a few seconds. And I'd like you to make an association with this image. I'd like you to associate the surface of the sea with the surface of your mind. Because our minds can be turbulent, with waves of thought flowing by, swelling and foaming. Just like the surface of the ocean, our minds are never at rest. There's always some activity on the surface of our minds. But now, I'd like you to imagine that you're a diver who floats on the surface of the ocean, and then at a certain point he or she goes beneath the surface of the ocean. And as soon as you're underneath the surface, you're in the midst of stillness. All the noise fades away. And way down into the deep ocean, there's just stillness, quietness, and harmony. So just picture yourself gently going below the surface of the ocean into the stillness that stretches way down. And let's make an association between the stillness of the deep ocean and the stillness of our own deep being beneath the waves of thought. So just allow yourself to fall beneath the surface of your mind into the stillness of your deep being. Just feel yourself diving deeper into your being, away from the surface of your mind. away from the restless discord of the thought mind, deeper into the harmony and stillness of your deep being. And just as a diver can look up and still see the motion of the waves above, you can also look up and see the motion of your thoughts on the surface of your mind. But the motion doesn't disturb you. And as you look up, you can notice that the surface of your mind ceases to be so restless, begins to slow down. The waves of thought begin to slow down, until the surface of your mind is calm and still, just like the surface of a lake rather than the sea. So the stillness all the way down from the surface of your mind, way down into your deep being. So let's just rest within the deep stillness of our being for a few moments. If any thoughts arise on the surface of your mind, and take your attention away, just allow them to flow by and allow yourself to fall again into your deep being. And now, bring your attention back to the sounds inside this room. Feel your body, feel the firmness of your body on the chair you're sitting on, your feet on the ground. And let's bring this exercise to a close and open our eyes again. As I said, that represents the whole journey of spiritual awakening. The journey away from the thought mind into a deeper sense of being. It's so easy to get caught up in the activity of the thought mind. And once you do that, it always leads to suffering and discord. The thought mind has never known any happiness. It's only known distraction and maybe brief periods of satisfaction, brief periods of ecstasy where it fades away quite quickly. But once you go below the thought mind, you find, a deep sense of well-being, which is very stable and very pure. And another thing about the thought mind is that because it lives in a state of discontent, it's always grasping for things, it's always trying to gain things or accumulate things, whether it's achievements or possessions. It's always trying to buy things or achieve things. But at that deep level of being, there is no wanting, because there is no sense of lack, there's no sense of discord. So there's just a very stable, deep-rooted sense of well-being.